So hi guys, out with RB from Eclipse Motorcycles, out on this today, and it has been a long time coming. I've been going on about this on my channel for absolutely ages. This is the LXR-SE. If you've seen the walk around video, go and watch that. We're not going to get into too much detail, but oodles of that dipped carbon all over the bike. It's absolutely gorgeous, just sets the bike off and just makes it look really pucker. Don't know what we're doing with these wheels. You've got half and half wheels. Does set the bike off, and obviously once it's rolling, yeah, can't wait to see what they're going to do. But obviously being sat on the bike, but it's a bit of a quirk. It looks different. I like it. I really like the half and half wheels. Right, let's have a quick look up the top. Now, you do know the LXR-SE is made by Tyres and marketed by Lexmoto. Tyres are a massive Asian and Chinese bike manufacturer. Locking fuel tank. That tank just sits so perfect. Now, 32-inch leg. Look, I'm just about touched the floor on this, so I'm literally dead straight legged on this. So if you're a short rider, this is not the bike for you. If you've got 32-inch legs or above, or 32-inch legs, you're going to be all right on this. You might be on tiptoes. I'm on 32-inch leg, and I can just about get flat foot on this, but I am riding sort of on my toes at times. Let's have a look at that screen. Check this out. Rev count around the top. You've got your water temperature, your fuel, total mileage, charging of the battery, clock. So it's 11:15. All your telltales come down here. So you've got your main beam, ABS, left turn, side lights, ABS, left turn, main beam, fuel tank. Tells you when your fuel's running low, you'll get a fuel warning come up. Your neutral, your engine light as well. So loads and loads of telltales you can select. Now watch this. Got a problem with your bike? No one tells you this. Press and hold. Look at this. That is the data, the live data, straight off your ECU to tell you exactly what your bike is doing, your management status of your ECU, your map, your RPM, your kilometers, and you can flick between your O2 sensors. Tells you how long the bike's been running, type of fuel utilized. So you can get straight in just by holding the adjust. ECU failure description, no faults. It's basically like having your own onboard diagnostics. Third press will get you into your settings, trip reset, hours adjust, minutes, distance, language, your ABS, and then you can go down to exit and back into the clocks. Use the adjust button. That will give you everything you need to know on the bike. No one ever tells you anything like that. Side stand only on this bike, no main stand. It's a sports bike. The one thing I did notice, when you put the side stand down and climb off, it leans over a hell of a lot. Just look at the lean angle on that bike. So it does lean over a lot. It's not likely to fall over unless you park on a camber. Up she comes. And back down to running speed. There we go. 6-speed box. Dual braking. 2 big discs at the front, 1 at the rear. Now, front brake will give you one of the discs. Rear brake will give you the other disc at the front. And your rear brake, 70% rear, 30% front, as they say. Right, let's roll this around. So we're shooting off 2 cameras today. So we're shooting off the Gopro, and we're also shooting off the drift on this. Low speed handling on this one-handed, rolling along at 12 mile an hour. It is very stable. It does sit very high, and it doesn't look like a 125. This thing looks a lot bigger. I would have said, looking at it first sight, you're looking probably a 400-500cc bike. No, this is a 125. So we're down at our favourite park, Caldecott, which I always like to come out from because it's a nice bit of Milton Keynes scenery here. But your visual indications down here, gear indicator, miles an hour, everything very easy to read. We'll let the traffic clear. Adjustable suspension up front. Now, a lot of people say, what's the difference between the LXR and the SE? LXR has an aluminium swing arm to the rear. It's not going to rot away as much as a steel one. You've got the upside down forks race suspension, as we call it, and you've got that dirty great big TFT dash down there. That is hellishly bright to see during the daytime. So 6-speed box. Now this has only done 2.1 miles, so means that we have to stick to ride test mileage maximum of 45 mile an hour, just for the purposes of test riding, but you get an idea of how the bike rides. You've had a look round it, and then I am going to do what I call my reach score, and I already know what the reach score is going to be. I love sports bikes. If you know and follow my channel, you know that I've owned countless sports bikes over the years, and obviously progressed onto tourers, but this is just so beautiful. And obviously fresh rubber, not leaning it in too far. Wet patch on the road, don't like that. Let's go round it and get some power on from 5th gear. I tend to keep the revs very low on a new bike, obviously save strain in the engine. Every now and then give it a little blip. And there is a hell of a headwind. It's a lovely sunny day, but there is a hell of a headwind, but there is enough power in this engine to get you up to speed. I will put all the spec up on the side of the screen, so a couple of boxes up there. While we're nattering away and waffling, you can check out the spec, or you can go to lexmoto.co.uk, go on the LXR-SE, click view all. It will give you the entire spec of the bike. Now the seat on this I know is around about 820, LXS being 790, slightly lower, but this thing sits really high. Can adjust the suspension front and back as well, make life nice and easy. Can drop it about half an inch, but I would leave suspension where it is because it has been set up from factory. Don't fiddle, as we say. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But purposes of test ride, I get to do a bit of dual carriageway now. Now this is a customer's bike. We do have more in stock, and a lot of people have done walk round videos. This is the LXR-SE. No one's been out and ridden one yet. Everyone's been waiting for me to get out on this and ride it, and I am absolutely loving this bike. Let's do the reach score while we're riding. So rideability, full 10 out of 10. Absolutely love this machine. Now it is priced a little bit more than the standard LXR, but you're only talking sort of 300-400 quid more. Would I buy this over the standard LXR? Hell yes, every time. Absolutely love it. Economy, you're going to be looking about 80 to 100 to the gallon if you take it easy. If you're going to be pinning it everywhere, then obviously your fuel consumption is going to come down, but it's much of a norm for 125s to all hit around about 80 to about 100 to the gallon out of a 125, depending on how you use the bike. The more you open the throttle, the more your fuel consumption comes down. Affordability, for the money, you are getting a lot of bike for your money. And as I said with other brands, you're getting a lot of bang for the buck. This thing is a game-changing bike. When you consider your main Japanese brands are selling for literally double what this is. And everyone said, oh, knock a Chinese bike. These are made by Taro, and Taro is probably one of the best import manufacturers ever. Taro do a lot of bikes for lots of different brands. So the engine is well reliable and very easy to maintain. So affordability for your money, you're getting a lot, so I'll give that another 10 there. So rideability 10, economy 10, affordability 10, comfort, oh my god, this is so comfortable. First time I've sat on a sports bike and I've got a decent seat that I can bounce up and down on. Suspension is lovely, and my knees, just looking down there quickly, there we go, knees nicely tucked into the tank, so it actually fits me. I'm so snug on this bike, so very good there. So comfort, full 10 out of 10. Handling wise, now I have, not with a customer's bike, but one of our demo bikes, I have actually had one of these knee down. I did have an LXR knee down, and we took the 380 and got the 380 knee down just on these Chinese tyres. It's not about, oh, it's crappy tyres. These bikes will go knee down or lean over a hell of a lot if you get your tyres warm and you know how to lean a bike after practice. And after being 40 years on sports bikes, I know how to get a bike round the corner. So comfort, yeah, 10 out of 10. Handling, 10 out of 10. Full 50 on this. If I could give this thing a score out of 100, I would mark it 100. And it's not often. Once in a blue moon, I've given a scooter 100 out of 50 out of a 50. It's not often I give a bike 50 out of 50. Normally I will find something niggly. Go and have a look at my Detroit. Did not get on with that, but just due to the size of me and that bike. Nothing wrong with the bike. It's just individual preference. This thing I absolutely love. And if I had to go back and obviously couldn't afford a big bike anymore, wanted a small one, I would go for one of the SEs every time. And with that thing's just dripping carbon everywhere. It sets the bike off. You're going to pull up at your local bike meet, people are going to be round you like flies round doggy poop, as they say. It is a really good bike to ride. And the thing is, with this braking system, the brakes on this are just so good. Now I'm literally not touched that front brake once, I'm just relying on the back brake. I will be using that front brake in a minute when I come off the roundabout. I'm going to trail brake. Another bad habit of mine, trail braking. Do not brake in corners, but trail braking is a very, very good thing to use to scrub your speed off in a corner if you need it. Gearbox on it's so fluid and smooth, it feels like a lot bigger bike when you're just used to just touch of the foot, not hooking the foot up, trying to get it into your next gear, which is what you'd normally get if you're on a Honda CB125. They are renowned for having clunky gearboxes. This thing is just so fluidly smooth. I'm loving it, absolutely loving this bike. And the mirror position, you're probably on the GoPro, just pick up my back of my gloves in about a third of the mirror. But I've still got loads on the outside with them big, wide, slung out mirrors to see everything behind me over my shoulder. Now, obviously camera position does lie a little bit, but I'd say I've got about, probably about a third of my body in those mirrors, but I can set them a lot wider. But the engine noise is good. I'll get the visor up when we get into town and let you hear some engine noise, because it doesn't sound like your standard 125. It does sound very growly and throaty. And obviously that's running the GP1 can at the back, and that comes as standard with the LXR-SEs and the LXRs. So you get a decent stainless system straight from the start. You're not going to have your silencer rotting away after about the first 3 years. A nice bit of stainless steel on it. But riding position now, we are 7 miles in and my wrists aren't even hurting. And obviously I can sling myself over the tank a little bit if I wanted to, but backside against the seat, very easy to just get down, there we go, and get yourself over the tank. But the upright riding position is still good, and just clicking down through that box, just look how easy that clicked down with just the clutch in. Normally you'd have to have the engine sort of rolling in to work your way through, but clutch in, just click down through the box, absolutely no problem. Very clever. Missed the gear there as well. That's another one for bell end of the week. Always happens to RB when he's out. And that is what you watch your mirrors through and you watch over your shoulder. I didn't swear, which is quite amazing for me, and I didn't chase him down and take a wing mirror either. That is the one thing, being on a 125, you have to be very aware of who's around you. I spotted him out the mirror, I'm like, no, he was. Wrong lane, straight across in front. Anyway, back to the ride. I was going to get some engine noise on this one. Oh God, what a day. So down in the 30s, here we go. you'll probably pick up more wind noise than you will. There we go, 5,000 RPM. If I drop a gear and bring her up a bit, it does sound very throaty. But you can probably pick up more wind noise because it is absolutely blowing a gale. I think there is raining coming. There you go, get a bit of engine noise, hear what it's like. It's got a very throaty sound to it. Love it, absolutely love it. So if you are interested in one of these, give the guys at Eclipse Motorcycles a call on 01908 822 458. That's the bike number. The garage number 01908 643 603. Or check them out on the website eclipsemotorcyclesmk.co.uk. 2 more bikes to ride today, get a few more videos up, and a couple of bike services to do as well. So whatever you're doing this week, have yourself a good one, guys. If you're out riding, ride safe, be well, and from RB, it's a big goodbye from me.